The day that Bailey the dog was given away was one of the saddest days for her owner. The woman had severe allergies, and no matter how much she tried, they just kept getting worse. She tried everything, but in the end, it was her dog who paid the price. Bailey was only 8 months old when her mum was forced to make this difficult decision. To make matters worse, her mum had to move in with her parents, which meant she couldn't take Bailey with her. Fortunately, her dad found a new home for her. He took her to a friend's house, but he never introduced them, or even let his friend know that Bailey needed a new home. So the friend simply assumed that he was just taking Bailey for a walk. Unbeknownst to Bailey, her life would change drastically in the coming weeks. Her new owner was an 18-year-old girl named Megan. When Megan first saw Bailey, she couldn't believe how beautiful she was. Megan had always wanted a golden retriever. So when Bailey's mum found out about this, she decided that Megan would be the perfect new owner for Bailey. But Megan had no idea that Bailey's mum had given her up. All she knew was that she had just gained a new best friend. Megan took Bailey everywhere with her, including school. At first, Bailey would get very nervous at school because she missed her old owner, but Megan would always comfort her and tell her that everything was going to be okay. And over time, Bailey began to feel more at ease. Then one day, while Megan and Bailey were walking home from school, something terrible happened. A car came speeding around the corner and slammed right into Bailey. Megan was devastated, but luckily, Bailey only had some minor injuries. However, Megan's parents weren't too happy about this, and they told her that she wasn't allowed to go anywhere with Bailey anymore. Of course, Megan understood, but she still felt bad for Bailey. Then one day, Megan's mum came up to her and said, "I've had enough of this dog. If your dad and I wanted a dog, we would have gotten one. You can take her to the vet tomorrow to see if she can be adopted." Megan was furious with her mom, but she knew that she had to do what was best for Bailey. So the next day, Megan took Bailey to the vet. She cried the whole way there, but when she got to the vet, she knew that this was the right thing to do. The vet gave Bailey all the necessary shots and made sure that she was healthy. Then they posted Bailey's information online and waited for the perfect family to come along. Meanwhile, Megan couldn't stop thinking about Bailey. Every day she would go to the vet and ask if anyone had adopted her yet, but each time the answer was the same: not today. Finally, after 2 weeks, a family came in and asked to meet Bailey. They seemed like a great family, so Megan felt confident that Bailey would be in good hands. When they came back, they said, "We'd love to adopt her, but we need to talk to our spouse first." And Megan thought to herself, "Great, I have a feeling that they're not coming back." And just as she thought this, they said, "We've come back now to formally adopt her. Is that all right?" Megan was shocked. Could this be the family that Bailey has been waiting for? At this point, Megan knew that Bailey would be in good hands. So she said yes and gave Bailey a big hug. Then the family took Bailey home and gave her all the love and care that she needed. Bailey was so happy that she had a new family that loved her. She would give them endless kisses and never left their side. As time went on, Bailey became part of the family. They took her on long walks and played fetch with her in the park. Bailey was so grateful for her new family. She knew that she didn't have to worry about anything because they would always be there for her. One day, Megan went to visit Bailey and the family. When she walked through the door, she saw Bailey sitting on the couch. Then Bailey did something that made Megan's day. Bailey jumped off the couch and ran to Megan, wagging her tail the whole time. Megan was so happy to see Bailey. She knew that even though they weren't together anymore, they would always have a special bond. And that's the end of the story. If you liked this story, please share it with your friends.